Hello everybody and welcome to this video that y'all been waiting for. It's time. It's time. It's time for me to rank all of the books in the Binding of Isaac. I made this myself. You are 100% able to do this yourself and share with me your links of your rankings in the comments below. I will be kind enough to preview the ones that I see, like within the first couple days or so, and then, you know, maybe peek at them throughout time. But here we go. I made this, and I'm going to start making my own of these because I can actually... It's not that hard to make them, I realized. But, so, we're going to start off with a very, very simple rundown of what my ratings are. I don't do the S-A blah 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 tier. I may say S tier, but that's an exclamation. Here we have the go away tier. These are books / items that deserve to just not be even... You may forget they exist. I guess I'll take our books that you will take if you don't already have an active item. Occasionally take our questionable items. So these are items, these are books that you're going to take depending on circumstances. You know, sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. They're right in the middle. They're not exceptional, but they're not garbage tier. Mostly always take our books that it's a very rare day for you to not take them, but there are days where you don't take them. And then always take. These are books that are pretty much always an improvement on what you have unless that item is already its own always take. So like guaranteed takes unless you have an item of equal value. You're not going to trade, like mostly always take is something that you might trade something that is more valuable than it, but it might cater to your run a little bit better. It's a bit confusing, I understand. But we're going to start from left to right as we always do and rate these books in their tiers. Again, I made this myself. The link will be in the description below for you guys. So this is going to probably be a shorter video as there's only 12 books in the game currently. I'm assuming there's going to be more added in Repentance. Not only are there books from Antibirth, but I'm guessing that Ed is going to add his own new books. Every expansion has added at least a book. So it's going to be interesting. But anyway, let's start with the Anarchist Cookbook. I'm an advocate for the Anarchist Cookbook. I would like to put it in the go-away tier, because I think that's where a lot of people would put it. But I'm actually an advocate for this. It's an I guess I'll take, mostly because I have had this thing save many runs. Just because it allowed me access to a secret room, it blew up a tinted rock, I panic buttoned in a boss fight in one, a room full of spiders, whatever the case may be. It is a bunch of bombs, but think about it this way. The most damage you're going to take from an Anarchist Cookbook explosion is 1 heart. You're going to make, at max, take 2 hits. But you're going to do all those explosions. So it's basically you're paying 1 HP to make chaos around the room that you're in. It's not a terrible book, but it's not even remotely close to being an average book. Book of Rev. The Book of Rev. God, do I so want to put it and go away. I really do. I genuinely do. I hate this book. I fucking hate this book. It's this terrible book. It's a bad book. It ruins boss pools. It forces you to go down the Meat Boy path, and I don't like that because as much as I love getting my first orbital, beyond that it's useless. But Penta, every 6 rooms you get a soul heart. That's not that much. You guys overrated. It's not that much. 6 room charge for 1 soul heart. A soul heart costs 5 pennies. How many pennies would you say you get on your average 6 rooms? Probably 5 or 6. You're better off just buying a freaking heart from the... it's... I would like to put it and go away. I really would. And you might be thinking that a few of them could go and go away, but I don't know. I could convince a vast majority of people who watch this that all of these are good. I'm a very convincing individual, and I can point out good things about each of these, and I'm trying to be objective about these. I'm trying to be objective to my own style of play, which I guess is subjective, but these are my rankings, first and foremost. So if anybody gets pissed off about these rankings, take your complaints to Reddit. I don't care. But to my playstyle, it's really a bad book. You will never see me take this outside of picking it up maybe in a panic situation, using it and then putting it back down, or taking it for bookworm. And if we're doing the bookworm argument, the go away tier doesn't even need to exist because everything here gives you bookworm synergy. So it has to go and go away. I cannot convince myself to take this book for more than one floor. I cannot. I have done it before, and I do it every time I do a new save file to get my Meat Boy achievement, but that's it. That's it. The Book of Rev is just not worth it. And you might be saying, well, then where's the Satanic Bible going to go? I rant about the Satanic Bible all the time. My music stopped playing. No, it didn't. It's just very quiet songs. Just very quiet songs. The Book of Secrets, or the Book of Shadows, excuse me, not Book of Secrets. Wait, Book of Secrets isn't here. Hold the phone. I'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have added the Book of Secrets. Listen. Listen. Just because I forgot that it existed doesn't necessarily... Okay, it goes in the go away tier. Just because I forgot that it existed, that isn't even for jokes. Just because I forgot it existed. It has to go down there. I didn't even notice it was gone. I didn't even notice it wasn't here. I'm like, oh yeah, there's totally 12 books in the game. Alright, well, moving on. Book of Shadows. Oh, this is rough, man. This is rough because it's really tempting to put 2 of these in the always take tier. But I have recently shown examples of where I skip them, and that almost defeats my arguments. But it has to go... like, unless you have an amazing item. I'm talking pinking shears. I'm talking, like, smelter. Unless you have an item that is extremely valuable to your current run, the Book of Shadows is undoubtedly top 2 books in the game. I could make an argument that it's number 1, but I hold the second one very closely to my heart. It is just extremely good. And I don't think I'm surprising anybody with this. I really don't. If I'm surprising you with the Book of Shadows being in the always take tier, maybe you just gotta use it more. It's extremely good. Yeah, it's just phenomenal. It's a phenomenal item, and I adore seeing it. I adore using it. Get rid of that download thing. You didn't see that. I had to download the image file for the book that I forgot. The Book of the Dead. See, here's the thing, is I really don't like a lot of the forgotten items that were added in that booster pack. But out of all of them, the Book of the Dead is probably one of them that I like the most. It's a 4-charge rune that just spawns bone familiars. And bone, like... this is a aggressive song. I can't deal with this aggressive song. I can't deal with this aggressive song right now. It spawns bone familiars, bone orbitals. It's a really good book. I do skip it a lot. That's why it's a mostly always take, because I don't always take it, but I do enjoy this book. I always have a good time when I have it. It's definitely stronger than most people think it is. 4 charges is ridiculous for what that book does. But yeah, mostly always take, it's gotta be up there. How to Jump. My love for this book has nosedived since its release. Since Rebirth, How to Jump was my favorite book in the game for probably the first year Rebirth was out. It's so good. It allows you to get to the places that you're not supposed to get to unless you have flying or a bunch of bombs. But like functionality, how many times in the last 2 years have I used this book for anything other than Bookworm or to get other books? And you might be arguing, Well, min-maxing Penta, yes. But min-maxing, like, I guess this is an I guess I'll take. Because yes, there's min-maxing nonsense about it, and I do genuinely still have a soft spot in my heart for just jumping around the map. But I cannot reasonably put it any higher. I can't. I just can't. When you look at the items above it right now, it is worse than these. And when you look at the items below it, in my opinion, it is better than these. How to Jump will probably get you more soul hearts than Book of Rev over the course of a run. Argue with me. Not counting battery charges, of course. But the Monster Manual. Monster Manual. Oh, this one's tough. Because of all the mobs that have been added to the game, it actually has gained power. It has gained usability. Like, when are you gonna take Monster Manual? Unless it's your first freaking item room. And even on my first item room, I might just take it and forget that I have it. Oh, yeah. Monster Manual, I guess it's an I guess I'll take. But I think it's definitely worse than these two. So you go on the far right side. You're very close to being in the ass end. I have gotten so many good uses out of it that just color it up a little bit, but then how many times do I pick it up and forget that I have it and just change it out when I see something better? So it's an I guess I'll take. It's not something that I'm just not going to touch. I will touch it. Well, this is the one everybody's been waiting for, I'm sure. Actually, there's two of them on here that I'm sure everybody's been waiting for amongst the 6 remaining. Here's my argument for Satanic Bible. It's an occasionally take. Reason being, obviously you got your Bookworm, obviously you got your Black Hearts are better than Soul Hearts. It's still a 6-room charge and doesn't ruin your boss room pool, unlike this fuckboy. It's just a flat-out better version of Book of Rev. However, it's still a 6-charge room, or 6-charge item for Black Hearts. And it's a 1-heart Devil Deal, which you'll never see me trade a 1 heart for a Devil Deal. It's an absolutely atrocious Devil Deal. Garbage deal. It's an instant skip if I see it. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely got its uses. I genuinely enjoy it, but I cannot even remotely put it next to these two. The offensive and defensive prowess that Book of the Dead has, and the absolute defensive plus min-maxing madness that the Book of Shadows... You underestimate how good this book is. The Book of Shadows is extremely good. This thing saves you probably 40 hits and gives you a free Devil Bagger throughout your average run. This gives you like 8 hearts. Which is what you're going to spend on the beggar anyway. It's not even an argument. The Necronomicon. Is it 6-room charge again? It got nerfed and then buffed and then nerfed and then buffed. And then it might have gotten nerfed again. Is it still back to 6-room charge? It's been so long since I've used it and kept my brain on while I was using it. If it's still a 6-room charge, it's an occasionally take. Because you have to realize that is a death card every 6 rooms. That's pretty good. That's like, what, 50 damage to everything in the room? I think it's 50 damage. I might be wrong on that. Might be 30, but I'm pretty sure it's 50. Even if it's 30, like, that's going to kill most small mobs and do a hefty chunk to most early game bosses. And even if you have it, like, if you get this with the hairpin, you're just basically getting a bonus. You're getting a tick effect on your bosses. It's not terrible, but it's definitely not something that you're going to take over most things. So it's an occasionally take. If you don't have anything and you want to get some decent crowd control on your run, that isn't going to hurt you like the Anarchist Cookbook, you can take the Necronomicon, but it's definitely not good by any stretch of the imagination. Here's the thing about telepathy for dummies. If it wasn't for the fact that it was a 2-room charge, it would be in the garbage tier. It would be in go away. But because it's every 2-room homing, you cannot put it in the garbage tier. People meme, people joke, they say, ooh, telepathy for dummies, why didn't you give me a good item? I say the shit too. But it's every 2 rooms you get the wizard card. Every 2 rooms you get homing. Like, if you have any item that benefits from homing, piercing, brimstone, mom's knife, Paris, anything that benefits from homing, you're gonna probably want to take it if you don't have anything, but it's gonna be a quick dump when you find something in any better, which is not gonna be hard to do considering there's a lot of items that are better than it. But the Bible could easily be in the always take just because it kills 2 bosses instantly. But flying every 6 rooms and killing 2 bosses really puts it in an I guess I'll take, and it puts it like right at the bottom of I guess I'll take. This is gonna be spicy, man. Holy shit, I didn't realize how much I didn't like a lot of the books in this game. It's gonna be at the tail end of that because it's almost nearly a go away because nobody's really excited to see the Bible. Unless you're streaking. And even when you're streaking, you should at least try and fight the bosses. But yeah, it's free flying. I mean, it does benefit you. It doesn't just, it's not just ass. Oh, I'm not even gonna say Bookable last. We know where it's going. It's in an always take. Bookable Isle is an absolute beast of a book. It is a 3-room devil card, and it synergizes with Blood of the Martyr for a 2 times damage multiplier. It is an extremely good book. Devil card damage benefit or damage multiplier every 3 rooms. You synergize that with some charge baby. You synergize that with some AAA battery. You synergize with those some like, 9 volts. You get the battery. It's well, the battery doesn't do much. Neither does car battery, but 9 volt charge baby doesn't matter. Book of Belial. You could interchange these and I would not be mad. Offensive, defensive, best books in the game. It's not even really close. Like, there should be 2 tiers between the rest of them and these 2. That's just how good these 2 are. And then Book of Sin, like, I really do like the Book of Sin. Here's the thing about the Book of Sin is I actually do like the Book of Sin. I would put the Book of Sin in mostly always take. And my argument for that is consumables. Keys, pennies, bombs, hearts. The Book of Sin is a 4-room just random treasure chest. It's not terrible. It's not terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible. That's a lot more even than I was assuming. Is there anything I want to change? I can't change anything in the bottom 2. And if I move Satanic Bible to mostly always take and keep Necronomicon on the only occasionally take, I might actually do that. And I might do this. These 2 can pretty much switch and I wouldn't be upset. This one is going to be the leader of all these. This is the 3rd best book in the game. And you'll see just how easily I rank defensive and offensive prowess. Like, this is the best offensive book in the game. This is the best defensive book in the game. Maybe one of the best defensive items in the game. And this combines both of them with defense and familiars. Offensive, defensive. But it's not ridiculous offense like Necronomicon and bullshit defense like a heart every 6 rooms. I think that's actually going to be it. That's a 20-minute video to rank 13 books. Jesus. Anyway, if you guys have any questions, complaints, concerns about the way that I ranked these books, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. And, of course, let me know your rankings. I'll leave the link to my tier maker ranking list, and I will put it down below in the description for you guys to do yourselves. You can do this exact thing for me, or as well as I did. I will save this, and be sure to follow me on Twitter as well. Yeah, follow at Pentahybrid, as you can see. Just click on that button while you're on the webpage. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, of course, you know what to do. My name is Pentahybrid, and I will catch you later.